Huh?
You never had running water in the farmhouse?
No.
So you had to go outside? You didn't even have a restroom, a bathroom in the house.
Huh?
You didn't even have a bathroom then in the house.
No.
Just gotta
You,
do a
you
little
took a bucket of water and
It's a little hard in the wintertime.
you soaked yourself, took a bucket of water and used the old bath, the wash tub. Took your bath and wash tub.
So who got to shovel the snow to make the path to the outhouse?
Well, of course you did have what they call chamber pots.
Oh, yeah.
So, I got some of them sitting around my house.
I ain't touching that.
One of them that I
You know you're gonna
had
fight
sitting
over
around my house
You know you're gonna fight
was
over
a China one, and Mom always said Grandma brought it from England.
Oh, that would be.
Because on the ship they would need one.
Donna's got one in our house that's really precious, a really old one.
See, you wouldn't think of such today, of being such, but what you had to bring,
We do when you came, yeah.
what you had to do.
So what games did you play?
Games, if we played anything, it was checkers. Then we had a game of Arthur's and Old Maid. And that's about it.
Arthur?
Arthur's,
I heard of that.
A card, yeah.
Is that a
If
card
you-
game?
If you ever find a deck of cards that's got Arthur's on them, buy it. Because there's very few of them, and they're a real value on antiques. Those are. I wished I had our deck, but I don't.
So did you have any toys to play with?
Not very many. I had one doll, and I did get a doll buggy one Christmas. But I can't remember the boys having anything to play with. Wayne did have a little engine thing that ran on alcohol. And I've still got that for you sometime.
Are you talking Seagram's alcohol?
Well, you darned socks in the
Oh,
evening.
yeah.
You sewed. You didn't have anything. I remember I went to start to school one year, and I didn't have a dress to wear. Just the old rags that were worn home. So Mom found a piece of material in Grandma's trunk, so she made me a dress, and I wore it to school. And some kid grabbed a hold of the shoulder, and I ripped all the way down the front. I bawled and bawled and bawled. My new dress, but I think the material was half rotten when and yeah, we didn't have nothing. See, you can't understand having nothing.
So what was mealtime like?
What?
What was a typical meal?
At mealtime, all right, I've got the skillet downstairs. Great.
Like
What
cast
is that?
iron?
That's probably a 14-inch skillet. We did raised potatoes, and so we had fried potatoes every night for supper, dinner, breakfast. You didn't think it had variety. And then when we had apples, we had apples. Once in a while we had, if Dad could butcher a hog, we had some bacon and hog meat. But, and then Mom made, we ate a lot of bread and jellies that she made. And she made 4 loaves of bread probably every third day. The loaves of bread would be like that long and probably about that wide.
How'd you store your meat? How'd you keep your meat?
We canned it.
Canned it.
I got some jars sitting on mine up there, and we'd fry down the sausage and put it in, and then we'd put the lard over that and get it.
They keep it?
Yeah.
Probably. How long would it keep?
Well, it depended upon the weather.
Weather. Did you have an ice house?
We had a nice box.
No, I mean like a cellar. A nice
Well,
cellar?
we did have a cellar, we had a
Yeah.
cave. Could
Where's
see the
that?
cave there.
Where's the
See that little tree there?
Yeah.
That's a cedar tree, and then
There's
right
your
there,
ice
that's a
house.
hay.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
where we kept the
No,
apples,
right here.
and if we raised some garden like cabbage or carrots or apples or something like that, then,
Now, is this the garden?
yeah, and the garden's over there.
Did you have milk, plenty of milk and eggs?
Huh?
Did you have plenty of milk and eggs?
We didn't count the, 36s when everything dried up and we only got down to about 4 cows. So,
What about
then when we'd harvest the wheat, why Dad would bring, probably a big bucket of wheat, and we'd have wheat for breakfast then.
raw wheat?
Yeah. We'd put it on, Mom would put it on the back of the stove and it'd puff up for the morning, and then we'd put sugar and cream on it.
Did you have lots of eggs?
Yes, we had a lot of eggs, we had chickens. Yeah, we ate a lot of eggs.
Now, the barn, one of the questions is how old, the barn is not there.
No.
Okay, did you tear the barn down? Okay.
Yeah, after Dad died, I took them all in down with the garage.
Garage, okay. So I don't remember, well, I think I remember that, but I don't remember this.
And in between the chicken house and the barn, there was a corn crib.
Oh, it's about in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your mom's name?
What?
What was your mother's name?
Edith Florence.
Okay, yeah, I met Edith, fortunately.
Edith Florence Garish.
I think she died shortly after, but I met Edith. It was because I married Don in '81.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she died
Yeah.
in 93. I think when she passed away, 93.
Oh, she lived 10 more months, she'd been 99.
Whoa. Well, did your father, what was his name?
Charles Francis.
He died quite a bit
He-
earlier.
Yeah, he died when he was 78. Now, what else you want?
I didn't meet him.
Do you have any other questions you want to ask it, Dorothy? Okay. Well, if not, where'd Cannon go? Oh, Cannon. If not, Cannon has a couple of activities.
Where'd you get
He
this?
wants to do.
Where'd this come from?
Uncle Joel made it for Mom.
When?
Sharon, I got a little something to tell you.
Oh, all right.
Do you older ones, do you believe in miracles?
Amen.
All right. My brother came from California in March to Daryl's 99th birthday. So while we were up there, he had a stroke, and he didn't realize it was, and I guess the rest was too busy with Daryl that we didn't realize it either. Anyhow, so he didn't get to the doctor until we got back home, which was on Wednesday. So he went from Sunday to Wednesday, not having any medication for that stroke. So when he found out what he had, well, of course he wanted to go home. And the doctor said, no, you don't go home with the way he was. He had to stay at Atchison with the hospital for therapy, because that is what you do for a stroke, therapy and medication. So he stayed here for 2 months to do that therapy. So in the meantime, they said, keep him busy, don't let him, So the flea market was at Sparks Picnic, Sparks up in north of our place on Highway 7. So we went to the flea market every day. Anyway, he came home one day and he said, well, and he showed me something. But before I'm going to show you this something, I'm going to tell you some of the story. Because Grandma Slutzbaum had a brother, Frank Neese, and he died in 1920. Now, Mom and Dad would have been married 5 years when he died. But when Dad was little, see, he was only 18 months old when his dad died. So Uncle Frank kind of adopted my dad. So back in them days, I know in 1898 anyhow, but there's some others. They had the expedition in St. Louis in 1904. I know when that one was. Then they had one in Omaha in 1898. They had one in Texas. They had one in California. And there might have been others, but them's the ones that I got record of. And I know that he went to them and that he took Dad with him because I have postcards that Dad had sent to Grandma from these different expeditions. So I know that he went. So anyway, they must have went to I know they went to the expedition in Omaha because when Dad died, you guys might not know it, but we divided up some of Dad's things among you 6 kids, Wayne, Durrell, them. Anyway, so Durrell got a surf picture that Dad had brought Grandma from the Omaha expedition. So we knew he was there. So when Jerry went to the flea market, did you ever see any of those?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Durrell has the surf picture that has the Omaha expedition on it, and it's got Grandma's, it's got Caroline Slitzbaum on it. Well, this one here has F.M. Neese, and that is Grandma's brother. And he found this at the flea market in Fanning at Sparks, Kansas this year.
The odds.
Wow,
It's very precious. If you ever go to a flea market or an antique store, look for this, because without a doubt there are some more around. Now we still got all of ours. I've got a toothpick holder. They had these toothpick holders, salt and pepper shakers, that surf picture the girl has, and now when this Frank Neese, when they broke up housekeeping, I assume that one of his sons probably took this because the woman that he got it from lived in Kansas City, and she said she had these. And so that's a miracle. We got something back 120 years afterward.
So, Dorothy, what is that particular piece? What is that particular piece?
I don't know. I suppose it might have been a shot. Is that a shot glass?
No, I wonder if it's like a poached egg or something. Put eggs in.
Would you
Like
put
hard-
an egg in a hard-boiled egg?
Hard-boiled egg or, yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'd go with
Now, they
scotch.
also have,
Really? Sounds good to me.
but anyhow, it's got
To each their own, though.
That's right.
and 1898.
Is the date on there too?
Yeah,
Is it?
I saw it and I wanted to drink out of it.
Was anything on it?
Would you like me to turn it?
So just keep dumping
Yeah, take that side.
I wish Anna could be here for all this.
Ice cream.